Well, hello everyone. You're on my live. This is Kat, and if you're watching this video from the beginning, you're watching it recorded. So this is what we do every single day. I come on 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time every day except Wednesday and Thursday because I'm mentoring at those times. And so on those days we do this at around 12 or 12:30. I'm going to be talking to my mentees and patrons and friends and subscribers for a few minutes just to welcome them, and then we'll talk about what we're doing today that will give you control in your life, peace in your life, and help you learn to love yourself. And I'm going to hold up this book, and that's when you know I'm going to get into the meat of the day. But for the first few minutes, if you want to skip ahead, you can, or you can join us. I'd love to have you subscribe and be part of our group and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. All right, so who's on here already? Megan Cooper, hi Megan. Connie Miller, Jacqueline, Sarah L, L.A., Jamie McDonald, Gani Lawrence, Allison Stevens, my little squirrel, Rebecca Mundo, Guten Tag, Patty Taylor, Rachel is here. She's becoming a patron today. Congratulations, Rachel. I'm so happy for you. Hook Stitch by Stitch is Nairo. Hello, how are you? Welcome to good to have you. Brand new, I think. Karen Davis, hello, Kat from East Tennessee. Hello, Karen. Carrie Joy is here along with Sandy Gordon and Vegan Mama Angela and Elena. Hi, Elena. The Mr. B's on. LA is here. She's grateful for our lives. Gina Perry is here. Thank you, Gina. You're so sweet. Up in Canada. Kathy Young, hello from Bidwell, Ohio. Lots of Ohioans. Is that what you're called? You know what? My glasses. I'm looking down my nose. I apologize. Let me switch glasses. Nana D is here. Hi, D. Let's see who else is here. Hold on. Can't see now, but I will in a moment. Okay. See, Lou and Devin is here. Hi, Lou. Rachel said it was nice to see my mother yesterday. My little squirrel has given me 3 little squirrel emojis. Good morning, Tiffany. Megan Cooper said, Karen, I'm from Chattanooga. Are you close? Isn't that nice when people, maybe wouldn't it be fun if you could meet and become friends? I would love that. Jolly North Girl, that is somebody in Germany. Is your name Jolly, or do you have another name? So whatever your name is, let me know. Everything is okay. Mary Foss, good morning, Mary. I'm on vacation, so I'm able to see you live. Awesome, so happy to have you. Sarah Simplicity, happy Wednesday. Teresa Johnson, good morning. All right, girls, that's about 3 minutes, and we're gonna get into the work of the day. So I'm about to hold my book up, your favorite part, because now we're gonna talk about what we do to keep our homes in shape, keep ourselves on track, and get everything done. Let me get to the right spot. Okay, so here we go. Ready? There we go. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, the first thing we will have already done, because it's noon now, which means it's 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and later, and like in the UK, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or 5:30. It's actually 9:30 on the West Coast and 12:30 here. Yes. All right, so you will have already gotten up and made your bed, brushed your teeth and washed your face, moisturized your skin and put a little makeup on, fixed your hair, swished the toilet, wiped out the sink, put your dishes away, and made yourself some breakfast. If you have children, they would have gotten up, made their bed, brushed their teeth, washed their face, fixed their hair, or you would have fixed it for them, gotten dressed, and come to the kitchen to eat a little breakfast. All right, then after breakfast, you would have done finished your laundry. I like you to kind of start it on the way to the kitchen. Just get it started. It takes a second. When you're putting your laundry, say in the dryer, take an inch of your paper and go through it. 1 inch a day will get you a foot every 2 weeks. Every 12 days, you'll go through a foot of paper. And before you know it, all your paper will go away. I don't want you doing more than a foot of paper in 2 weeks or an inch a day, because what happens is you have so much action in your action bin, your action box, your inbox, that you won't even know how to process that on your planning and desk day. So only an inch, limit yourself. All these things, you have to limit yourself. I know it's hard because our inclination is just to keep on going till we get it done. And then we never ever do it again for a long, long time because it was so hard the last time. We're doing the dripping of water that wears away stone. A little bit every day, a little bit every day. And before you know it, you have a permanent change. Okay. So paper and laundry, and you're going to do a clutter check. I like to link the 3 clutter checks a day to meals, breakfast, lunch, and supper. So when you do your have your meal, you have a clutter check. That's checking all the flat surfaces for clutter that is accumulated since the last clutter check. It's not a deep clutter check. It's not decluttering. It's just getting rid of clutter that is accumulated in the last little bit. And so it keeps it from coming back to overtake the areas that you have decluttered. Okay, so if you've decluttered your laundry room, part of your your clutter check needs to be your laundry room to make sure you didn't throw things in there. Or maybe you continue to have a cluttered cabinet above the machine. Open it up and look. Did I stick anything in there that shouldn't have been put in there? Did I throw things in there instead of sit them in nicely? Take the moment. Slow down. Slow down. You'll make less mistakes if you go slower. All right, then we're going to go straight into our zone. The zone for today is the kitchen, zone 2. Ideally, when you're planning at your planning and desk day, you're going to plan out the 4 things you're going to do in your zone the next week. If you're a payroll follower, I recommend you do these on Wednesday, your planning day. On Sunday afternoon, your planning days instead of Wednesday. So you still have your week planned out and you know what you're going to do. So your zone, what 4 things are you doing in your kitchen? Today's Wednesday, we only have 3 days left. We did Monday, we skipped Tuesday because that's our free day if we're at home. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we got 3 days left in the kitchen of 15 minutes of work. Don't put 45 minutes into cleaning your refrigerator. Do the shelves only for 15 minutes. Tomorrow, do the door only in the drawers. The next day, do either the freezer or wipe the outside of it off. Don't do it all at one time because I can guarantee you won't do it very often if you do that, okay? Just a little bit along, that's all you have to do. And when you're done, you're done. That's it for the zone. If you see other things in that zone that are screaming at you, do me, you look at them and say, I see you and I have a plan for you. Then go to your next zone 2 in your planner and write it down. The thing that was screaming for you to do it, write it down. That's what you're going to work on the next time, okay? All right, and then we're going to have a little lunch, and what's linked to the lunch? A clutter check. Yep. So another clutter check. We're going to check again. If you have kids especially, flat surfaces include floors. If you have too many toys, they're going to dump them all out because that's what kids, little babies and kids do. They dump out all their toys and you walk around on them all day. So if you don't have as many, you will have won't have as many to step on. Don't freak out that they do that. That's part of their development. They're going to dump it. So make sure you cut it back by 1/3 or more and put those things away and rotate those out, okay? All right. So pick it up 3 times a day, or have them pick it up 3 times a day. Don't worry. And let me tell you another thing we do. Here's what we do. We go in our children's room and we say, or this is what I did. Oh, my children have all these wonderful toys. Let me take their farm set and separate it into animals, fencing, buildings. I get it all just right and get it all put in there. Oh, it looks like it did in the package. I love it. And then I'm going to separate their doll clothes from day clothes to play clothes to fancy dress to shoes and purses to the dolls. And I would get it all organized, all their books by levels, so it was all the, the big books here, the medium books here, the little books here, those kind of things, only to have them come in and, because that's part of their development, is they sweep it off and play with it or look at it. And it's much, much less frustrating if you just put the books where the books go. Don't worry about the order. Put the dolls in a doll bin. Put the Legos in a Lego bin. Put the trucks in a truck bin. Don't worry about organizing everything. That's not what they get pleasure out of. They get pleasure out of taking it all out and playing with it and dumping it around and stepping on it. That's what they love. So the less they have, the easier it'll be for you. Okay, that's part of your clutter check, 3 times a day. And then the last thing we're going to do after we've done our zone and we've done another clutter check, we've had lunch, we've put our dishes away from that, we've cleaned up a little bit, we're going to do our basic weekly plan. And on Wednesday, it is planning and desk day. So planning and desk day has 4 parts. It has a food part, it has a financial part, it has a planning part, and it has a filing part or action items part. Okay, 4 things. So the food part, you look in your refrigerator and you say, okay, I'm almost out of eggs. Write eggs down. Oh, this pickle jar is empty. Let me throw it away and wipe that circle up. Oh, and also there's some milk flakes from the lid of the milk bottle that have gotten in here. Let me wipe those off and kind of reorganize it a little bit. Put your dairy here and put your leftovers here and put your fresh fruits and vegetables there, etc. So you get everything kind of like things together. That's organizing, like things together. Your family doesn't realize that, so they're just slamming things back in there. You can tell them all day long, they're not going to do it. You have to do it. And it helps you understand, sorry, I dropped my book. It helps you understand what you have in there. So when you're looking at your leftovers, you can say, oh, I better use this today. It's going to go bad. So I'm going to put that in my menu today. Oh, I've got some fresh avocado. I need to use that. Oh, these green beans are going to last me about 2 more days before I need to use those up. So you're having ideas in your head. Look in your freezer. What do you have in your freezer? And then you sit down and you make a menu based on everything you have in your fridge, your freezer, and your pantry. And then you make a grocery list based on what you're missing to complete your menus. You have to consider breakfasts, lunch, suppers, and snacks. You don't necessarily have to plan 7. It depends. Are you cooking 7 total meals and eating them all up? Or at some point, are you eating leftovers? Or at some point, are you deciding on soups and sandwiches for dinner? A lot of times you'll make a menu for 7 days. I always make a 7-day menu. And I usually have a day or 2 that rotate around the next week because I didn't make it. Because something came up. My husband came in with a chicken, whatever. Okay? But menu planning and food is part of it. The second thing is, along with food, is making a grocery list based on that menu. So that's part of food. Then we're going to get into finance. Are you in your budget on your grocery list? Is it going to fit in your amount of money that you're allowing yourself to spend, or do you need to edit it a little bit? And then look at your actual bills. Now that you've done that, let's look at our bills. Do we owe any bills? Do we need to pay some bills? Have we put things in savings at the beginning of the month like we intended? If you wait to the end of the month to put money in savings, you will never put money in any of your savings accounts. You have to do it. It's got to be part of your bills. This much goes in my vacation account. This much goes in my Christmas account. This much goes in my tax account. This much goes in my household savings account. It's like a bill, and you put it in there. That doesn't mean you can't take out of it. For example, your emergency fund or your household fund, if you need it, that's what it's for. But you have to have a plan to put so much in there, and it's fun to figure out how much you might have in there if you don't touch it all year. You're going to touch it, but it's pretty fun to think how much you might have in there. All right, so that's the financial part of it. So we have food and finance, then we have planning, and we have, what did I say? Food, finance, planning, and something else. We'll talk about planning. So planning is taking your planner, which mine dropped on the floor, excuse me. So picking up your planner off the floor and planning out your days. Now, as things occur, you're probably going to go and put them in your planner. So for example, your doctor tells you that they have a slot open for you to get your teeth cleaned. So you put it in your planner. So you already know when you get ready to plan, oh, I've got to get my teeth cleaned that afternoon. So what am I going to do that day? And that's a really hard day. Let me switch days. Let me make that my car and purse day, and I'll make my weekly home blessing hour or my planning and desk day, wherever it falls, if it's a harder day, let me make that on my car and purse day. See what I'm saying? You move things around, and you also say, what 4 things am I doing in my zone this week? What am I having for my meals this week? And you plan it all out, and you have 3 slots. You have a morning slot, an afternoon slot, and an evening slot. And you plan to get most of your work done in the morning, and if you have some more, in the afternoon. But you want to have from noon to 2, somewhere in there, till time to make dinner as your free time every day. Free to enjoy your life, to putter around, to do whatever. Don't waste that time puttering while you're trying to do your work, because then you're dawdling, and that's not fun, and that's when you feel like you never have any free time because you're always working. And you're not really. You're just wasting your free time by sprinkling it into your work time. I hope this is sinking in. All right, last thing. What 4 things do we do in our planning? Let's see. Bills, finances, that's all in finances, food, finance, planning, and your desk, on your desk, you have your inbox. So you're going to handle all the action items that went in your inbox from working on your paper all week. So now you're going to file things, and you're going to pay things, and you're going to dispute things, and you're going to put things in your planner. Anything that went in your inbox to be handled on this day, that's what's going to happen. Now, if you've worked more than an inch a day, or you haven't been frugal with what you're keeping, and you're keeping all kind of junk that you think you have to file, then it's going to be hard. Or you're going to have way too much. If you did 6 inches a day instead of 1 inch a day, you're going to have 6 times the amount of things to do in your inbox today. And it's already a big day because you're doing those 3 other things: food, finance, and whatever I said. Food, finance, and planning. So you're already doing that. That takes time. So that inbox can't be too full. If you've already done it and it's very full, then separate it with some paper clips and say, I'm going to do this much a week for the next few weeks. It was just sitting in a pile of paper anyway. You weren't going to get to it before. So separate it out and then continue to just work an inch a day, an inch a day, an inch a day when you're doing your paper cleaning, okay? Paper sorting. All right. What else is there to talk about? After we've done that, we're going to enjoy the day until it's time to make dinner. Then you're going to make dinner. You're going to try to keep it clean while you're cooking so you're not having a huge mess to clean up afterwards. And then after dinner, you're going to do the after dinner routine, which no matter how many times I tell people, when I'm personally mentoring, I say, does your family help you clean after dinner? And they say, no, don't do that to yourself. And don't do that to your family. You're robbing them of a fun time with you in the kitchen. You know, everything doesn't have to be entertainment. We can work together and have fun. So in the kitchen after dinner, everybody has a job, including you, Mom. You're right in there with them. You're getting things done. Maybe you're doing the harder things. You're washing the pots and pans. You're cleaning the top of the hot stove, whatever. And they're wiping the counters, and they're putting their dishes in the dishwasher, and somebody's wiping the table off, or someone's sweeping. All right, so you're just having fun in there. Don't make it a drudgery. It's fun. Being together as a family is fun, but it won't be unless you set the pace. They have to have music that they love. Everybody has to dance around if that's their personality. Whatever it is that they love to do. If you have a 3 or 4-year-old, stand them on a stool or on a chair or whatever in front of the sink. Put an apron on them and let them wash some dishes. Give them some Tupperware, whatever. Give them something to do while you're working and getting it done. Okay? All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. But it really, really bothers me when I talk to people and they say, oh, my family doesn't do anything. It's like, why not? Why have you not asked them to help? You have children. You don't really even have to ask them. You tell them, you're going to help me in the kitchen tonight. Isn't that going to be fun? I know. I'm going to show you some really neat things. Right? So have fun. All right. That's in order. Now, after you've done that, I want you to go ahead and get ready for bed. So go take your bath, brush your teeth. No, don't brush your teeth. Take your bath, wash your face, of course, get your moisturizer on, get your PJs on, lay your clothes out for tomorrow, and then enjoy your family. And then if you have little ones, go ahead and put them through their evening routine, which includes taking a bath, which includes brushing their teeth, washing their hair maybe, fixing their hair if it's long, picking out a storybook, making sure their dirty clothes go in the dirty clothes hamper, that their towels are hung up, that you make sure that they understand that when they leave a room, it has to look nice. And then go read them a story, one picture book or one chapter of a chapter book. And, you know, until recently I hadn't thought about it, but it's true. I have grandchildren. Everybody likes to watch movies in bed, and they let their kids watch movies in bed. If that's what you do, great, but still read to your kids. Don't let that take the place of it. Reading to your children is a precious gift, and so read to your children. All right, I personally didn't let my kids watch movies in bed. However, we didn't have the same things you guys have now, so maybe I would. I don't think so, but maybe. All right, that's it. Then the other thing I want to talk to you about is right before bed, you're going to close up your house. You're going to go in the kitchen, run the dishwasher, or finish up those last few dishes that you had so you have an empty sink. Wipe your sink out, put out a new towel, go in the bathroom, brush and floss your teeth, and go to bed. But always check your planner first thing in the morning and last thing at night to make sure that you're doing everything. Mine travels with me all through the house all day long. It travels with me because I want to glance and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Now, I work from home, and I have a lot of mentees that I mentor, and I need to make sure I'm not missing them. So I always check my planner. All right, I think that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I want you to always remember to be beautiful because you are beautiful. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye.